All right. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday, and welcome to another edition of the recap with Ready to Love, Make a Move. We are back for another conversation. Hopefully, you guys got a chance to watch our conversation on Wednesday with Sharice. But before we get into that, let me bring my co hosts in. Scorpio Moe, what's good on a Friday night?
What is good on a Friday night? Nothing much at all. Ready to get into it.
Ready to get into it, man. We had a good time last night. Did you enjoy yourself last night at the Under the Mistletoe Christmas soiree?
Definitely did. I definitely did.
What? Hey Muadi, hey Elaine, hey Ish, Chandra, Scylla, welcome, 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 you guys. Let us know that you are there. Go ahead and drop an XO in the chat if you can hear me okay and you're excited about tonight's conversation. We're going to start by just kind of recapping for those of you. First of all, I want to thank those of you that have watched last night. I know it was, we're still working out the kinks of being able to do a live broadcast at an event. Is difficult because I know I kept stepping in the camera shot. People are moving around.
Hi.
Well, we couldn't because it was just we didn't have a lot of space. We
Right.
didn't have a lot of space, and we didn't have like we need we just need a different setup because what we had it on was low, and we couldn't. It was a lot. So yeah, but overall, I appreciate like 2,000 people have watched, and I really appreciate that specifically because I know it was a little bit difficult to hear and all of that good stuff. But I appreciate you guys supporting. That's what's up. Colton, Kim, Sonia, Mimi, Gigi, Katie, welcome, welcome, welcome. True Love Forever, welcome. Well, the music was too loud. There was another event happening on the other side.
Thanks.
So yeah, we had about 75 people that came out on one side of the room, and then on the other side of the restaurant. It's a friend of mine's restaurant. If you're ever in Atlanta, please make sure that you patronize the business. It is ATL, and that's spelled AYETEAELLE. A good friend, a beautiful spot, and they let us host it had like a Black Christmas vibe, so they let us host the event there. But it was a lot going on. It was a lot going on. Let me ask you, Mo, for meeting the ladies for the first time in person, what were your thoughts on the ladies? And I do have to say, you, you know where to find me, Shay. You know where to find me. I do want to say that Zadia, Vernisha, and Ashley did come late. So they weren't there in the beginning with Shay and Alexis and Liz. So if you guys saw them, those of you that watched, you saw them come in late. And did you see that they came in like locked arms?
Told you. I told you. Yeah, I seen it. I was by the door.
What did you think? What did you think about
Uh,
that?
I think it felt like they had a what do you call it?
A sisterhood, a
Alliance.
alliance. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to say this. I want to say this. I think that um, I'm going to be honest. I am not going to. I'm gonna be honest with just this chat. This is my YouTube channel, right? So I feel like I can say whatever I want to say.
So
But I've noticed that I'm actually going to be cool with if people don't want to interview on the show. I'm cool on this platform. I'm good with that, right? And if they don't want to come to my events, like I'm good with that because I need to be able to be honest about what I'm saying. And I feel like I can't be honest because people be super pressed about like if you what you said or what you said about them on the show. But what I tell everybody is that I say what we see on the show. So and you guys give me a hard time about that. Like the chat gives me a hard time. People were saying that I was being overly nice to Sharice because I like Sharice. And that I'm not, I say what I think. I say what I think about everybody. So that's not necessarily true. I respect everybody's opinion, but I feel like if I come on here and don't and am not honest, then it's not worth you guys tuning in to see what I have to say.
Are you speaking specific?
Say it again.
Are you speaking about something specifically, or?
No, I'm just speaking overall because I feel like, with the ladies and with you saying it felt like they might have had an alliance. I think sometimes people don't like what's said about them, but I just feel like when you do on reality TV, you got to know that people are going to have something to say. Am I wrong?
Nah, an opinion. That's how I go.
So anyway, I just want to put that out there. If you are on the show and you catch this show and you don't like what I have to say, then, I'm perfectly fine with you not coming on. I'm perfectly fine because I have to be honest to the show. And I think that's also just a part of being on television. I mean, I get comments saying all kinds of stuff about me. Somebody told me I shouldn't have had my husband on the show. I can do what I want. This is my channel. But just like they tell me what they think, they're going to, we're going to tell people on TV, how we feel about them. So I just want to be able to speak my piece.
The energy building once the ladies got there.
Yeah, I mean, I had talked to Alexis and I had talked to Alexis. I talked to Vernisha because Vernisha had missed her flight. And so I don't feel like there was an issue, there. I don't know what that was. And even Liz from, Houston, she was just like, I'm sure there was things that I said about her season because I knew that guy was not really seriously into her. But I'm not going to be on my channel and feel uncomfortable about saying what I really want to say. Because otherwise, why would I have the channel? So I'm always respectful. I'm going to continue to be respectful, but I'm going to say what I believe.
Okay. I felt that. I felt like the energy, like they were, they were to themselves. It felt like, but once they came in, the thing was already in progress and they were sitting out in the front, all three of the ladies.
Yeah.
And, talking and kind of whispering amongst each other, and then when the mic got passed to them, they spoke. A lot of them really didn't speak up. Well, not a lot of them because Ashley did, but Vernisha and Zadia, I don't know if they were really into it, but it is what it is. But they did come and did what they had to do. But the other thing is, I got a different view on I guess it's not a different view from everybody else, but on Zadia, I kind of get what everybody was talking about now.
Right.
It took me a minute, y'all, but it took me a minute, but it is what it is.
Well, I think, I think there was a couple of comments that no, they were not paid to come. Let me say that. They were not paid to come. I did extend an invitation to all the ladies. They were not paid to come. And, they all accepted. So I'm assuming they were cool. But I do know that, in the past, specifically on a few seasons, some of the people have opted not to come. And I used to, I'm learning. I'm doing this YouTube channel and I'm learning. And I think, I was talking to Adrian. He was like, you really just have to be, more of a bitch and not really care what people think. Because I don't like to hurt people's feelings, but I also have to be honest. And I also feel like the funny thing about it, women on reality TV have no problem hurting each other's feelings. They have no problem saying nasty things about each other. We just saw the interaction between Sharease and Zadia going back and forth, which it's funny because if you guys watched Wednesday's episode of with Sharease, then you will understand why she made those statements.
Right.
And so it all came out in that clip. I think she didn't realize that we hadn't seen that part yet. So obviously, we're going to start at the end and then work our way back. Obviously, Zadia made a statement about Sharice and LJ, right? Now, we did ask Sharice if her and LJ, were just friends, and she said yes. Zadia made a comment that I guess she feels like it wasn't. Sharice told us that LJ blew it off, which we do know that he absolutely would do that. But then Sharice came back and said, "You slept with Kim." What are your thoughts on that? What were your thoughts? And I want you guys to tell us in the chat, what did you think when you saw?
You talking coming in for next week, right?
Yeah, the clip from next week. I got to start there and then work our way back.
And then work it back. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, is this allegedly or this is real? Because we could see the show and it'd be like, well, if you make up something about me, I make up something about, you know what I'm saying? We're just drawn in to see the next show. So I don't want to speak too soon.
Yeah.
But I did think Cam already hit it, though. I'm just going to say, keep it real.
I think we talked about that before. I think we talked about it before. And the reason that we think that is because the way it was handled, right? Because, you know, when Tamika asked Zadia and she was like, I did not, you know, it felt like there was something being hid, right? So
I take a pass because I consider it to be a white lie, no different than you calling your job saying you sick and you ain't really sick. You know what I mean? That's all.
No, I'm not. I mean, it's I don't know. It is what it is, but I could see that's why. Maybe I don't know. We'll see next week. But I understood what Sharice was teasing for, because you know the viewers didn't get a chance to see that. I don't think Sharice and LJ click, but I also do realize that when LJ was on Miami, he was dating all the women, because all the ladies were like, LJ is a ladies' man. He brought the girl that he brought on as his ex, still wanted to be with him. It was just a lot going on. So LJ is a smooth talker, but I don't see him and Sharice being together. But it was interesting that Sharice did not know who was coming and why they chose LJ. Production was probably productioning.
So okay, now I see what you're saying. Okay. So you're saying that, but see, I don't trust them trailers, boy. Woof. They'll lead you.
But Zadia said, "Oh, well, you kissed your friend, so I guess you're just friends." So
okay.
All
It
right.
might be to that. It might be something to that.
I can't see Sharice and LJ. I can't see that. I can't see that.
Maybe she told us something in secret. She ain't seen it. She was like, well, maybe we kissed one time, and then she trying to put it out there. I don't know.
It was I do hate that the two of them can't work it out, but it's very clear after what Sharice told us on Wednesday, they're not cool. You know, it's not going to be cool. So that is what it is. Not all women are supposed to be sisters. not all ladies are going to get along.
Could that be the real reason why she didn't come to Atlanta?
I don't think so, because you know I talked to her. I don't think so, and I don't see Sharice as somebody that wouldn't come because of another woman. I don't see her like that. I think Vernisha is cool with everybody. I can't see her not feeling that there was, like, you know, support. She said she wanted to meet Shay. She wanted to see the other ladies. So I can't see her not coming because of that.
Okay.
I can't see that. All right. Let's get into tonight's actual episode. It started with Vernisha and Myelle.
Right.
Vernisha and Myelle, the continuation of that date.
And lying at this point, man. God damn.
What do you say?
I don't know who's lying at this point. It just seems the weave of, you know what I mean? Them telling us one thing, they're showing another, then they say, you know what I mean? I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think they're both telling it from their perspective. I don't necessarily think anybody is lying. I think that, huh?
You keep saying that.
I feel like Myelle. I'm sorry, my dog is moving around. I feel like Myelle. Men are attracted to women all the time, right? So, for instance, if you're someplace and you're not in a relationship, they're not in relationships, and he's having a conversation with Vernisha, I think it was very, very likely that he was attracted to her, but that didn't necessarily mean that he was going to try to jump ship and go to Vernisha. That's not necessarily what it meant. You think he was?
I think he would have.
So you think,
the whole point of him checking her temperature, saying, so did you find your whatever the hell he said. You know what I'm talking
about. Oh, she asked about the bag, but this is my problem with that. And I know everybody wanted to give him a hard time, but he did try to reach out to Sharice, and she wasn't really responding. I'm not saying he didn't want Vern. I'm saying that he might have been interested in both, but he tried with Sharice. Sharice wasn't responding to him, and she even co-signed that on Wednesday that he did reach out to her. She did not respond. So if she didn't respond, and Vernisha is like, if you want to go on a date with me, ask production. How is he? What are we saying he should have done?
No, but prior at the party. I'm starting at the party.
At the party, but I'm saying he said at the party, he came to the party and he said he was surprised because Sharice hadn't responded to him, right? So he didn't even know that, he came. I don't like the fact that he brought everybody a gift and didn't bring her one, but I think at that time he wasn't sure that Sharice was into him. I feel like he didn't cop to it because he didn't want to hurt Sharice's feelings. Because he could have just said, what he should have done is he was attracted to Vern, or he was interested. But I feel like he didn't want to do it because he didn't want to hurt her feelings.
There's a lot of that going on.
It is. But I'm saying, like, are we saying a guy is a bad guy if he don't want to hurt somebody's feelings?
That's funny. You're trying not to say it now, but in society, yes, that's what women do. Yeah. I'm glad we're doing that, because that's a reflection of society. That's a real thing that happens. Yes.
Give me an example.
He's indecisive. He doesn't know. Tell me the truth. And you're trying to be like, want to tell her, but you're trying not to be mean. And you don't know how to, a lot of dudes have problems expressing themselves. So, and you don't want to come off as the bad guy. But then when you don't say it, it's like, well, whether it's a lack of confidence or whether you're not sure about yourself or you're not sure. And it is like you're sure, but you're just a nice guy. You don't want to be mean, but you need to say what you need to say. And it really just prolongs the process. So at this point, man, you got to get to the point in life where you just got to say it, man. You just got to say it. And you don't have to be mean and nasty about it, but just say what's on your heart. Because a lot of times women don't have no problem doing it, especially if they're not.
They don't. Let me ask you this, and let me ask the chat this. Where are some of my people that always respond? What would you guys have said if Myelle said, I would like to, if he went to Tamika and said, I don't think it's a fit between me and Sharice, and is it possible for me to date Zadia? I mean, to date Vernisha? What
is he saying it with the bad breath, or he just saying it regular? Because that would put the thing on. I'm just saying. We got to put that in. Hey, I'm just saying.
I mean, hey, I don't know. I'm just saying, what would we have said allegedly? Would people have, would the chat, would you guys have been okay with that? I don't believe that. I think everybody would have been like, oh man, he did her wrong, because it did seem like, and I asked Sharice, it did seem like she liked him at the date. Vernisha came back and said Sharice didn't even like him. But
that man, because when she was like, well, he didn't call me. Her voice cracked. Remember? Because I laughed.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you should. I mean, I think in that situation you just got to take an L. He didn't take an L. I feel like tonight when he said he was still interested in Sharice, I don't think Zadia was. I mean, damn it, I keep mixing up Zadia and Vernisha. I don't think Vernisha expected him to say that. He tried to double back, and then Sharice said it was a hard no. So he mismanaged. He fumbled the play, and everybody wasn't, But I wonder if Vernisha would have been open to him if he had just really,
Hell yeah, and he wouldn't have thought twice about Sharice. Telling you.
So you think he was lying when he said he still was interested in Sharice?
Yeah, he was saving face. That's the cool route to take, because at that point you're gonna think you're gonna come out the winner until Sharice don't want your ass either, and then you lose everybody. He tried to. I mean, I get it. A lot of guys would have took that route. Well, I wasn't interested anyway.
Yeah, everybody does that. It's like, well, it's not a big deal until it is. So I don't know. I think it's just silly. And I think between them having different perspectives of what happened, production doing their thing. It's just, it is what it is.
Could have came clean and he didn't do it. And he had at least 3 opportunities to, and he didn't do it. That's what
I just want to make sure that you hold the ladies accountable when they don't, because you are hard on the guys.
No. Here's the thing. Knowing what I know now, because y'all seen Zadia on the Ready for Love show, I didn't. So I was coming in on that, and I didn't really look at the lie on the first episode as such a bad thing. But as
the white lie, and then you just keep saying any little thing that happens and it's not just her, any of the ladies,
No, I was on Sharice's ass until.
But that's because you weren't necessarily attracted to her.
No, it has nothing to do. You keep saying it has nothing to do with that.
True.
No, it don't. It has nothing to do with that. But as I started to see what everybody was saying, each episode I saw more and more. And then when I felt her energy in person, I was like, okay, I see what y'all saying. Just like I had to apologize to the lady, Sharice.
It was because this is what I think. I think that when a man finds a woman attractive, he gives her a lot of passes.
Oh, you know me.
I do, and I think you give a lot of passes. I think you give passes. That's what I'm telling you.
Hey, listen.
I think all men do that. I think that's just a natural thing.
I will say this.
It's like she's being bitchy. Well, she's not being bitchy to me.
Well, and that's true. But are we saying giving passes to people on how they look, or giving passes to people we like? Because everything is just based on
how they look.
No. You might get passes to who you like, but I'm not giving no passes to how you look. Especially living in here, there's pretty women everywhere. I ain't tripping on that.
But
nah.
All right, let's see. Let's move forward. All right, Sharice and Maurice. Maurice came back. Now, I'm gonna go on record because you guys know I gave Maurice a hard time. I did not like the fact that I felt like Maurice was very superficial acting, trying to lead with his Louis Vuitton. But I also said, and I told Sharice, I felt like that was the best fit for her, because I feel like Sharice kind of likes that a little bit, right? I feel like he's a good fit for her because I feel like, when you're a woman who has her own business, just my opinion, I could be wrong, I'm okay with that. I feel like you need a more mature guy. And I feel like he's probably the most mature, and he is successful. So he's not pressed to try to keep up or try to, to fight back and forth for who has the dynamic of power in the relationship, because he's a little bit older. He's cool. He can let her do her thing, let her feel like, she's in control, but then step in when he needs to. I feel like men that are in their 50s are genuinely not. They can let a woman do what she wants, and then he'll pull it back when he needs to.
You know why? Because by the time he's 50, he's tired.
Well, do you think that there's a little bit of wisdom there? Like,
no, absolutely. I mean, that's everybody though. We all growing in. We get to a space where you're gonna do what's necessary and find out what's not even. You be like, you know what? That ain't even the big picture. I'm cool with it.
Yeah. I think, and I feel like that's what I'm talking about right there. I think that's what Sharice needs. You want to bark a little bit, go back and forth. I'm not bothered by that, right? So I think that's what she needs. I think they also look good together. I think I could see them together. I can't see her with anybody else that she's gone out with.
I think he been to Miami a few times to see her.
It sounded like it. And the fact that she told us that he did call her. You're right, G-Dub. Myselle's in his 50 age doesn't equal maturity. True. Very true. But Maurice is not only older, he's also successful. So that brings a different type of energy to somebody that doesn't have to. It's like, I know I'm successful. I don't have to beat my chest because, you see what it is. You see the Louis. You see it. You don't agree?
A lot of people in the entertainment business that very immature and have a lot of money, very successful.
That's true. That's true.
Beating their chest. There's somebody going through a whole bunch of allegations right now. That don't make you mature.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And that is definitely a correlating example.
I think it's really just about being grounded, who you are before that.
Yes, I agree. So, and I think, entertainment industry is full of people that need to beat their chest.
But this is the dude that got, from what they say, allegedly has billboards in the city.
Y'all brought us back that tea. I don't know if it's true.
Yeah, that's why I said allegedly. I don't know, but that sounds about right.
It does.
And when you go to his Instagram page, he's a whole nother dude. Like, I don't know what the lights and cameras, the TV, but on all of them.
He's a pretty boy. He's attractive. He's heard that. He knows it. He's been that way for all his life. So I bet Maurice was hell when he was in his 30s. Now, another thing was Sharice told us he was married for a long period of time. So he's just stretching his bachelor legs. But I like them together. Honestly, I don't see another option for Sharice because I just feel like he's a good fit. I feel like physically, I feel like maturity-wise, I feel like security-wise. And I said he was a pretty boy, meaning like he's into keeping himself up, not necessarily like, I think he's an attractive man, but I feel like we don't know if he had hair. When he had hair, I think he's an attractive man.
Does hair make a difference?
I mean, when you think pretty boy, a lot of times people think like curly hair or whatever. But I think that you can tell a guy that's into being a pretty boy, even when they are bald, because of their actions. And I feel like anybody wearing a Louis Vuitton slide.
Okay.
on a was it a picnic?
Sort of like, yes.
Yeah, I definitely think he's a handsome man, and he's successful. I mean, what else was she looking for? Now, I also think that he talked more on this date, but this is my problem with this show now. The women are fussing at the men about things that they don't do overnight. Like, it's just not real. That's not realistic.
I'm glad you said that. That's a good. I'm glad.
Crazy. This is wild. So it's like, well, I'm glad you're doing better this time. Are you going to keep this up and be consistent?
And somebody else is the biggest culprit of that.
We know. We're going there.
Yeah.
We're moving.
But once again, let me say this: that reflects real life, though. A lot of times,
do women do that?
Huh?
Do women do that immediately?
Not immediate. Not on that note, but on a note like, and it's kind of our fault as men. We don't have any boundaries. So women are used to getting husband, a guy giving them husband treatment or whatever, or wife treatment, pardon me. Like, and he just met her. We hold nothing back. And a lot of times it's not because of the woman. It's because of, we know she might be seeing other men and we're trying to get a step up above him. But women will tell you, well, I'll do that when I'm married or a wife. Men be doing stuff, husband stuff, in the getting to know you phase.
I just want to call BS, Mo, because in all the years I've known you,
I'm not doing it. I'm just saying, I'm talking about the mother dudes.
No, I'm saying you've gotten a lot of husband perks.
No. I know where you're going with this, and that's not it. That's what women used to do when they would meet a man. They would, if he moved into town or in the neighborhood and he was by himself and they saw he was a hardworking man, she'd be like, hey, my name is Gail. Welcome to the neighborhood, and bring him a plate of food. I know you ain't got, that's what they do. So
another Wedding to Exhale reference, you guys. We're going to start doing a drinking game with the Wedding to Exhale references.
No, I'm serious. What, that was her name on Waiting to Exhale?
Gloria.
No, I said Gail.
I know, but you were talking about she was like, I'm just making a little sweet potato pie, little greens, little yams.
Girls used to bring me food. That's what women used to do.
If a woman is giving you every part of her body, cooking, bringing it, coming over to see you all, like what, in some cases, cleaning up, like, I mean, women do a lot of, I think women give a lot also. Men and women give a lot.
But women,
who are these women that are holding things back?
A lot of, well, now they definitely are.
Who?
But they'll tell you real quick.
Is it for marriage? Are they waiting for marriage or are they waiting for money?
I don't know, but dudes are taking trips to other countries with passports for women they just met. Hey, who's doing that?
They're taking women. Men are taking women on trips because they want to get sex.
No, I got it. But if he knew the other guy did the same thing and all he had to do was order pizza, he would have ordered pizza. He's trying to be a step ahead of the other guys. I'm telling you. But go ahead. I ain't gonna hold it up. Go ahead.
No, I got you. I have tried to hook Mo up. I'm out of the hooking up game. I'm out with everybody. Everybody that is my friend. I want everybody to find love, but they're not going to do it right now. They're going to do it on their own time. I'm not helping anymore. They don't like my hookups.
I'm doing what I'm doing. It's all good.
I know you don't need my help, but I still think I had some good options. But back to Sharice and
Maurice. I don't. You go with your first instinct, and her first instinct was he wasn't a communicator.
He isn't.
And when you double back, a dude's gonna act, come right the first time. He gonna present himself the first because he knows that's what you said upon him exiting, and let him know that was the problem.
Right. That's my problem with what's going on in the show. Everybody is like, well, you didn't text me earlier today. Well, I'm gonna text you tomorrow. Okay. It's just but it's for TV. It's for TV. I feel like you're not gonna get everything. With Maurice, she has the look, she has the job, she has the lifestyle. If he
move, she did say she would move.
She did say she would move. And I do think that in order to move, you got to have somebody that's stable. You can't be moving for somebody doesn't have their feet on solid ground.
That's a fact.
So I think that's the best. I'm not into the Nick guy. I do understand that she's attracted to him, but I don't think it's attractive for anything other than.
I think that was forced. All of that was forced. Even when she was flirting with him, that was forced.
I think that, but you did see she went on and on about how much she's attracted to him. I do think she's attracted to him.
Okay.
But I don't think it's for anything other than
what? Sex?
I think he looks like he would be fun because he's built, he's got a nice smile. I don't think there's anything else happening.
So you saying he'll let him shit? Never mind. Okay.
What were you gonna say?
He'll let him hit, but it's just a good time, like a boy toy.
I started to say something, but I don't want to sound like Jeannie Mai. That was a horrible statement that Jeannie Mai made. So I don't want to say that he would just.
Okay. Yeah, I know you.
I don't want to say that, but I don't think for her that's not a guy that she would really take seriously. Right. I don't see that.
But she doesn't come. She comes off like she's not playing around. She don't want that. She'd rather all or nothing, something serious or nothing.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna have to be Maurice. Nick is playing games. He's a personal trainer and something else. He got women. That ain't gonna be it.
Gotcha. Okay.
My dog is behind me just so okay. So do you think? Let's move on. But do you think that Sharice and Maurice are gonna be able to make it?
No, I think they'll be good friends forever.
Really?
Yep. I think they'll be good friends forever. He come in town, she come in town type of deal.
Not when in Rome said he can hit this, ma'am. Didn't I see somebody earlier said hook him up with me? Y'all are out of control. Y'all are out of control. Oh my goodness. Said Nick was greased up tonight. He was. I see what she's talking about. I see it. I ain't gonna hold her. I see it, but that ain't it. If you're out with your girlfriends and you happen to go, you go to New Orleans for Essence Festival and you hang out with him one night, cool. But other than that, girls.
Yeah, just like us, boy. I knew it. Y'all just smooth.
Oh.
Just like us.
Anyway, moving on to Zadia and Cam.
Oh boy.
I was emotionally exhausted tonight after back in Cam. What did you think of Cam's conversation with Tamika? Because at first I was like,
Tamika need to mind her business. Stay out of it. Mind your business.
Yeah, Michelle says she wants Cam. I mean, he's a good catch. And I think I said this last night. I said a lot of things that the women did not like, and I'm okay with that. I'm probably not going to have, but I brought up my point that if a man is extremely busy and focused on his career and you're looking for a husband, that is probably a good thing, especially if he's in his 30s and he's focused. That's a good thing. There were two guys last night that owned the restaurant. One of them got married early and when he was 26. He was very focused on business. He said he had all his business together and then he wanted a wife. But he was at the restaurant at 11 o'clock at night. You know, what are we doing? What are we doing, ladies?
You want a man that's on his purpose, and he feels it just looks like he's going to be. He's trying to say it. Tamika is butting in, trying to push him, and he's a nice guy. He's going to try to. He's a nice guy, and to me, when you put that on him, you're going to push him to do something he don't necessarily want to do, but he's trying to be nice, and he don't know how to tell you what he really want to tell you. Don't.
Hey, Tamasha, let me ask you this, Mo. Did you agree with Tamika's assessment of either he was stringing her along or he was falling in love?
No, I think she was saying it like, no. I think a lot of times what happens is a woman will tell you what a woman would do from a woman's perspective. And that's maybe how women operate. But that's not men's language. No, I disagree with that.
Yeah. I think that's really why you and I do this, because I feel like we got to have both sides.
That man was direct. He said it.
I don't know if he was direct.
No, I mean, he was direct as he could be, but he said, I don't have a lot of time. I mean, at this point, he just can't be like, damn it, look, I don't want to do it. I mean, at that point.
That would be direct. Or it would be direct to say, you know what? I know that what you want, I cannot give you. So I'm going to bow out of this situation because I'm not able to give you where we are. We're at two different places and I'm not able to give you what you want. Now, most women would still call him a bad guy for saying that. I'm going to acknowledge that. Women would still get mad. Well, why did he stay this time? Well, and especially if he really going to be in trouble, right? Which y'all usually do first. But I'm not lying, but I mean, he's not really handling it. You could tell he doesn't want to hurt her feelings. You can also tell that he is, into her to an extent, but it's very clear to me that this is not what it's more than he signed up for. Tamika said she didn't believe him, but I don't think he comes across as a liar.
Anytime a man points you in another direction of other men,
and he said it again. I was like, damn. He said, when she said, I don't want to go on the other days, almost like he panicked. And I think that's because he don't want to hurt her feelings.
That's the thing about a good guy. And that's why I think a lot of women don't want him. They have the thing about good guys, because once they get with the good guy and another woman wants him, they know he ain't going to be able to tell her what he needs to tell her.
And that's usually true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's usually true. But I think you're right. I think this is a good teachable moment, ladies. Whenever a man tells you to go date other people, I'm not saying it doesn't mean he doesn't like you, but he definitely isn't ready to move forward. And he's trying not to waste your time.
It's hard being a nice guy.
When you find a nice guy, you let me know. He let me know what he thinks about the situation. Sir. Yeah, I thought that was kind of a stretch with her saying, and I think that does sound like women. Oh, maybe he's intimidated because he really is falling for me and he's scared. I don't know how many of my girlfriends, we would have these dumbass conversations in love, right? Well, he's probably afraid of how he feels for you.
If this was Tommy, it would have been totally different.
Yeah.
He'd have been like, big dog, you just need to go over there and tell her that you don't want her because I can see it in your heart. And you know how I already know. But the woman is going to try to work it and be like, no, because she wants love for everybody. And I get it. But
well, the woman is going to want to make it seem like I learned something last night.
Okay.
Women don't ever want to believe that when something doesn't work out, it is because of them. Never.
Not that last night.
I did, but I didn't know.
We talked. I said that.
You did, but I mean, so we asked. So one of the ladies asked if you're dating a guy and he's being super consistent and he falls off. Why do y'all fall off? Why aren't y'all able to be consistent? Moe.
Let's say said it. Zadia said it. And what did I say? I said,
tell the people what you said.
You see a man that does that, you be like, he went from hot to then he just became cold. A lot of times he got to know you. How about that?
That got a bad response. People got very angry. No, it's not. You're blaming the woman for everything.
No, I'm not saying that. But sometimes.
No, I didn't say. I'm saying that was a response from the crowd. It was like, oh, you, and it's like.
But like a man can't find anything and he cannot like you. Like it's so. It's like you're so full of yourself that it can't be you. It got to be him.
I did learn that because the women were in the audience and every place. Women were pissed. No, it's never the woman's fault. We're beautiful. We make a lot of money and we're this and this and this and this. It's never the woman's fault. But what does a man do if he doesn't like the woman's energy or her attitude? Like, how can he back out of it if he's been going hard? I feel like
it's tough.
A man is going to be consistent if he really wants you. If he's not consistent,
it's tough. It's tough.
What y'all just need to be, y'all need to tell women, because the problem is y'all don't tell women the truth. And then the women have these.
You're right, but a lot of times when you tell women the truth, they'll sit there and try to convince you of your truth, that it's not the truth.
I saw that last night.
And you're like, I'm telling you, no, you just need more time. You just I'm like, man, look, hey, I'm telling you.
Like you just went through this recently.
Huh?
You just went through that recently.
I've been through this several times.
I know, but a girl was like, well, no, I don't think that. So take some time.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yes, exactly. She was like, what she said, the Wednesday?
She gave you a 48-hour thinking period.
Yeah. She said, if I don't hear from you from Wednesday, then I know what it is.
I don't know, man.
Hey, man.
If a man starts talking to a woman and he's pursuing her, I do think that the mature thing to do is say, I don't think this is working out. And then you just may have to block her.
Now, see, when I did that.
Which Moe is quick to block women as soon as you are quick to do that. Every time it doesn't work, he immediately, trust me, Caramel Fox, I saw everything. I caught everything. Y'all know I have really big eyes. I caught everything. I'm just cool with it. I'm cool with it. I caught everything. Trust that. But you are quick to, as soon as he'll go on a date that ends where he does not want, he will block her immediately. And I'm always like, why do you have to block her? Why do you have to block her? Because I just believe in the discipline of being unbothered. Quick to put you on. Don't
you just see what you're doing. You don't need to look to see what I'm doing. It's all good.
I do think people need to block people then. Because if you tell a girl, like Cam is saying, hey, this is maybe more than what I can do. Now, Zadia did give him an out because she said, do you want me to take you out of the process? And he did not say yes. He was like,
I think he needs to write her a letter. Because I don't know if he got the heart to really say it, so write it down on the letter.
He don't. It's just people. I I don't like hurting people's feelings, so I would just ghost people.
But women do that with phone numbers. I see.
What do you mean?
They'll take a. Well, I just did that to get him out my face because he wouldn't take no for an answer. Like,
Oh yeah, I would quick give you a wrong number, or I'll give you my number and then just put your name under do not answer.
why don't you just tell him no? Same thing.
I don't like hurting people's feelings. I'm a nice person.
There it is.
Yeah, I don't, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like Vernisha said something last night that I agree with. That's that, and I feel that. I feel like I don't have to be a woman that enjoys breaking a man's spirit. I don't. That's just not me. I'm gonna be now. If you are disrespectful, I will take it to a different place. But if
Right.
I'm not into you, or I think your breast stinks, or I feel like you're too short or too unattractive, I don't need to hurt your feelings. Like, there's enough women out there that enjoy doing that. I don't want to do that. So
Well, hell no. Or no was more like, no, I'm all right, thank you.
I would say I was in a relationship or I'm married, and then the guy be like, well,
You have friends.
can have friends. Like, yeah, they just sometimes don't stop. So just be like, no, thank you. Okay. I'll just be like, okay. And then do not answer. I had a bunch of people under the same do not answer in the phone. But I'm saying we can't expect people to do. Now, I don't want to know about it, and thank God it's too late. But there's probably some guys that did the same thing to me. I ain't gonna call you I'm not gonna call you to give me an opportunity, but I'm just saying it's probably some guys that were like, I don't, because anytime you don't like somebody, know that there's gonna be somebody that doesn't like you back. And it may not be that same person, but you have to be aware of that. And I feel like a lot of times we're not aware that everybody may not be, but dudes do a good job of gassing chicks' heads up though.
That's true. I'm not, like, listen, I'm not denying it doesn't happen. I just think for this young dude, man, he's got to boss up and just say what he needs to say and keep it moving. But Tamika needs to stay out of it.
That was wild. Her saying, I think you're just falling in love. And he's like, what did you think of the dude that she went on a date with? Richard,
nah. Nope.
Why you say no?
I don't want to do it neither. She just trying to fill the void of homeboy, trying to keep herself occupied.
Yeah.
No.
I think some of this is like, they're just trying to make a show.
Right.
They just trying to make a show. So I feel like, okay, this guy is the lesser of two evils. So let me just keep him on so I don't have to go home, or I still can stay locked into the show.
And then he was too on her already. He was just, yeah.
You just said that guys do that because they don't want to miss out. So he knew that she was competing. He was competing. So he was trying to jump in.
Yeah. I
mean, double dutch.
No. I get it. It's a little much. You know, he's trying to get ahead of whatever other dudes might be around, but it was a little much and a little corny. It was, yeah, you know, if she like you, she gonna like you, B. You ain't got dudes do it, but I'm saying you don't have to do it if she really likes you.
Tamasha said, do you think they asked Cam to endure since he's still there? That could be a point too. I didn't even think about that. They could have told him just because when I'm telling y'all, that man looked like he was panicked when she said she's gonna there will be time for more dates for them. Now, realistically, they have to know they're there shooting, I think, for 6 weeks. They got to know that these men can't just take any man that can take off 6 weeks to date you every day is a man you don't really want. Because he don't have responsibilities, he don't have mortgage payment. Like, what is happening? Unless he's retired.
Well, these women have mortgage payments and they seem to be there. They don't even live
because they're getting paid to do that. They're getting paid to be on the show.
Oh, see, I didn't. Okay.
Yeah, they're getting paid to be on the show. I don't think it's enough for them to, to neglect their jobs forever, but for 6 weeks they get paid. And all of them are entrepreneurs, so they're able to take off. But these principals and Cam has a new business. Like, you can't just take off. And
he in principal in that no school right now.
Who but this is we don't know when they shot it. I think they shot it. Well, no, I think they shot it over the summer.
Right.
But he may still have other stuff to do.
Okay.
You always got all kind of errands and stuff to do. You want to just be hanging out all day dating girls? a girl that you're not really into.
Yeah, I have Aaron run down the downtown to pay the light bill. They go across the top. Like, what? Everything's on email. What errands are you running? Dry cleaning?
What do you be doing? Not
Nigga,
when in Rome said he is not a principal. It is weird how all these guys have these big jobs. I think we done met about 3 or 4 principals. Young.
that's what they did. School district and comb through men.
That's weird. Hey, man, I hope they are. I hope everybody is lying. But there was another guy. Wasn't the guy, the box head guy? Wasn't
He
he
was
also?
what was he? Guidance count. Hold on.
He did something for the school. That must be a real. And New Orleans doesn't have a good level education. They're really low with the.
Yeah, because these dudes, the way they talk and carry their tattoos, I was like, well, they don't require much to be in the school system. In the
Myelle is a principal. I don't know what's going on in New Orleans.
nah, he's not a principal.
I think he's a guidance counselor.
He's a type of guidance. He ain't no regular guidance counselor. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying it.
Oh my God. He's a counselor at a high school.
You had 2 pharmacists, one sold pharmaceutical, whatever. One's Cam is a pharmacist, so
And a photographer.
and yeah.
And has multiple streams of income. Think like crypto stuff. I don't know what's happening. There's a lot going on.
Family owned the restaurant and
the radio station. It's a lot happening. What did you think of Tabari and Vernisha?
I don't know, man.
He is a dean. He's a dean. Myelle is a dean. Myelle.
He is a dean.
Like he ain't just a regular counselor. We're not. He's a dean, but I mean, but you could tell he has the corporate energy that makes sense. I could see him being a dean of the school. I don't know about Richard.
I could see him being the dean of the school, trying to get with all
the single moms,
the staff, and pop. Yeah, I was about to say something else, but yes, staff. Yes.
Well, as a former single mom, it is a refreshing change when there's a nice looking. I remember when my kids were in high school, there was a cute vice principal. I enjoyed dropping them off.
I did that when they had daddy daughter donut day. And it was that, and it was the daddy daughter dance, and I saw the same teacher. Man, I was like, my daughter did all right in school, so at that point she did. Never.
Hey.
Huh?
I said, hey.
No, I mean she did all right. She graduated and everything, but I just was like, the teacher was like, they didn't make them like the teachers didn't look like that when I was young.
Well, they may have. You might have just been young.
Nah, these are old, the women that smell like Avon perfume.
Don't say nothing about the Jean Nate.
Yeah.
It was the good cologne. All right. So what do you think? You say you don't really know about Tabari and Vernisha. I don't feel real energy.
No, from him, but not to her. Not from her to him, pardon me.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like she really likes him.
So are they making them like women expecting phone calls daily?
I don't know. That's why I wanted to ask you. Are y'all doing that? Do you, ladies in the chat, are y'all expecting the guy to call you every day, all day?
That you like?
Not Crystal. These teachers look like stallions. Okay.
See?
Tamasha said that. Mm-hmm.
Hey, and teachers are freaks too, just so you know.
Yeah, I remember you did share that with me before. You did. You shared that with me. Yeah, I don't like a guy calling me all day, every day, but okay.
No, once we saying she said, how come I ain't heard from you today or yesterday? That's what it was.
I thought it was today.
No,
he said I called you a little earlier and it wasn't enough. But everybody seems to really want. I think production is telling them to find something that they can fuss at the guys about. It has to be, because they cannot be that angry over, especially if they're dating back to back to back. They cannot be upset over not getting a call.
Right. Or is it the call back from your main person?
I like to hear from a person, but I just don't think, as a 40-plus-year-old person, if a person doesn't call me one day, I'm on 10.
So what if they don't call, but they text? and be like,
me, because you know me, I probably won't call you or probably won't call you back. I probably will text.
see, so
I don't know, but I must be weird because I'm just like, I don't really care. If a dude is calling me too much, I'll be like, what do you want?
like you ain't got nothing to do.
Yeah, but I got a girlfriend. I got one of my good girlfriends. She likes to talk all the time on the phone. And she always would talk to a guy all day, every day. Like she loves it. She loves it. She's like, I want to talk. I want to talk. And I'm like, woo. But I'm not like that. I don't know if it's the Libra energy. I'm just like, do something. Go do something.
One text a day, or hey,
I like to have communication, but I'm saying if I don't hear, I'm not gonna be pissed if we're dating and we don't even. Now, if we're in a relationship, I don't hear from you all day. That could be a little weird, but I still wouldn't be that angry.
Dating. What is the definition of dating?
Just going on dates. There's not a commitment. I may not hit you for a couple of days.
Okay.
I have had guys tell me that I was non-communicative.
Depending if I like, I mean, I don't know if I'm dealing with somebody we've been talking on a regular basis and I don't hear from it might be a little odd, but I'll wait a day.
I feel like you're a Scorpio. Y'all are real clingy.
To who we like, but we don't like a lot of people.
I'm saying if you like a girl, you gonna want to hear from her a lot more.
Yeah, but I don't like a lot of people, so it's not like every girl.
Right, but I'm just saying maybe I just don't think that Shay says getting to know one another until agreed to move the relationship forward. Right, but yeah, Libras are definitely not. We're just not clingy people. I'm just not. I don't understand the girls getting angry. But even if we haven't moved a relationship forward, if I like a guy, I do want to hear from him. But I just, again, every day, and if he texts, I'm gonna give him that. Like if I text you, then we talked.
Grand Rising King. I stop even. I see that. I don't even. I got tired of that. Look,
I've never really dated a Grand Rising type person, but I do not like Good Morning Beautiful. I do not send me Good Morning Beautiful because I know that guys send those out in a group message to everybody.
It goes both ways. It goes good morning, hey handsome, have a great day.
You said that the girl sent you a good morning handsome, and I was like, maybe I should put that in my repertoire, but I don't. I just was like, I'm not.
Hey, I hope you have a great day today.
I remember I had this dude that was older that was trying to holler at me, and he would be like, "How did you sleep?" I was like, "What?" Good morning, princess. How did you sleep? What? I hated that. I hated the how did you sleep? Nigga, I don't know. I don't know. Something may be wrong. That's why I don't know. But I didn't expect Vernisha to say that. Now, I don't know what's going on with her and Tabari, but I just don't feel like she's really into him. She did say that she was when she came on here. She talked like she liked him, and she liked the fact that he has, that he really is an accomplished person and has some business about him. But
he still got the silly side. He looks. I don't want to say he looks silly, but he just looks like.
That's what you meant. You meant he looks silly.
So, you're not
a fan now. All right, let's get to Ashley.
Yeah. But which one we going with first? We going with Christian, Kirsten, or Donald?
All right, let's start with Kirsten because let's start with Kirsten.
Listen, those flowers from Walmart is not going to get it, player. I know that trick. I know that trick.
Wanted some more airtime.
Don't do that.
He came back for more airtime. Does anybody, please speak up now, does anybody think that Kirsten is really interested?
Y'all know that man ain't interested.
I don't know why he's still here after the drama. I have no clue. None.
He said, you know what they say, you never know what you miss until it's. She had to finish.
And then he was like, yeah, we're finishing each other's sentences. No, sir. No.
Right.
And if you really thought, I don't know, if you really thought that the friend, I mean, if you felt like the friend was trying to holler, maybe that was all production. I'm gonna give it that. But this is my problem, and you guys let me know what you think. Why are you telling? Well, I have other options, and I have somebody else that came back in my thing. Like, what the hell?
Thank you. Now, when you do that, this is where the competitive thing with men and territory. You know what I'm saying? That's
bring it, because to me, if a girl is telling a guy, because I know women that have done that to try to make the man jealous, that usually backfires.
Hey, I'd be like, well, pick him, take him. Don't even. I'm good.
Because I'm saying, like with Don, even because I think Donald is laid back, but he was like, what is happening? Like, why do I have to keep hearing about somebody else? Let's just talk about. He said he was impressed.
But I think women think differently about that, because I heard a woman tell me, she said, "Oh, I thought that was gonna make you step up."
What did she tell you, Mo? What did she tell you?
He was talking about another guy, another gentleman that was interested in her and whatever. And I was like, "Do your thing." And then a couple of days later, she was like, "You really didn't call me back?" And I was like, "No." She was like, I thought that was gonna make you step to the what? What logic is that?
And now you done told him your strategy, and it's really awkward.
I guess that worked for some people, but I'm good on that.
It never works. I don't know why she's telling them, unless, again, maybe production is telling her to tell them that. I don't know, because that is the weirdest thing ever. She has told every guy, this is, you need to figure out how to keep me around. How you gonna keep, all the ladies are saying that. Again, I think production must be telling them to say that, because Sharice was like, you got me here, how are you gonna keep me?
But here's the thing, though, to their point, they are on a show and it's a competition type thing. The guys are aware there's other guys.
I don't understand why you would say that.
Just to remind them.
Am I crazy? Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. I'm okay with that.
The guys are moving, they're acting like they're not, like, nigga, you know you on the show and we about to with these other dudes, you do know that, right?
Just keep it pushing.
That's the play away, but yeah. I don't know.
It's weird, but to go back, because I had a guy tell me one time, and I told you about this. We were at JR Crickets, and he said, what are you going to do? Because it's 18 other women out there trying to get your. I said, immediately go to them. Go to the other 17.
No doubt.
I like hell on. I'm not. That never works to a man or a woman. Like, well, there's a lot of other options. Be gone. Be about your business, getting to them quickly. Here, move along. Off you go.
There's some people that like, I guess, the challenge, or be like, so what do I got to do to stand out? I wish I would say some shit like that.
But see, I don't want a dude that I can son like that. Again, ladies, let me know. If I can tell you, well, you need to get your stuff together because I got other options. I think you're a.
But that's the simp culture, though. There's a lot of dudes that do it. There are guys.
Sir, I'm with you, Druzy. Move around, kind sir. I love it.
There you go.
I love it. Please be gone. Like I don't. I stand on business. Yes. Like I'm not. And I'm not begging you and trying to threaten you to be with me. Like, what the hell? One of the things that Shay said last night, and I guess everybody doesn't do that. You can't let a producer tell you to play yourself. You can't make them make you play yourself. That's lame. Like, and I know everybody doesn't think like that. There's some women that are. My mother taught me. I really feel like this is Jacqueline Jordan's fault. You know my mom. No, you know my mom. Mom, so you don't never give a man a second opportunity to tell you he doesn't want you. Don't ever. And because I would feel like if I was wanting to call somebody back, I would be seeing my mom like my mom would whoop my. Like I don't. Well,
and don't get me wrong, you have those things where it's like you want to pick up that phone, but then you gotta stay. Hey, man, stay strong, man.
You got to stand on business, or you're going to constantly get played. And I mean, we're not in our 20s. Like we all did stupid stuff in our 20s.
Right.
Foolishness, right? But at this point, 35 and up, you can't. You just can't.
But dig this: if you had someone that was in a relationship or married throughout their 20s and early or mid 30s, and they got divorced,
that's not any of these people.
Okay.
None of these people were married in their 30s. 20s.
But
they're not except maybe Maurice.
If you're looking for love or you're ready for love, maybe they think, well, you'll do whatever for that.
And then too, I would tell women, like, you can't put pressure on a man till he's vested. Right?
Great point. Great. And that's the thing. It's like we're not there yet for me to be.
So let's don't threaten him until he can't live without it. Let's don't go threatening him when he's like, I ain't really into that anyway. Off you go.
Especially if he hit. I wish you. What? Fuck out of here. What?
Like Adrian was like, shit. you do you know how? I mean, this is a TV thing, but at the end of the day, do you want a guy that wants to be on TV, or do you want a guy on you that really wants to be with you, or do you care?
Say that again.
I said, do you want a guy that wants to be on TV, or do you want a guy that wants to be with you? Or you may not care. If you don't care, we don't care. But I'm just saying that movement of trying to threaten them into doing what you want them to do, he's not. And if you ask him, he brought you flowers, and you're super excited, and then you want to know, is he going to keep bringing flowers?
That's all it took. What?
Oh, man, I don't know what's happening. I'm just going to assume production is producing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, but she was she was like trying to weigh it out and was like, well, I'm
so confused on why Kirsten is even an option against Donald, because Donald actually has been into you this whole time. Kirsten,
because that great point, but he was the first keeper, correct or no?
Was the first keeper. Donald was.
Okay. So how the homie even last that long then, Kirsten?
She had both. I mean, they just let him have. She could keep both of them, I guess.
Okay.
Because she kept, but they were both. Well, no, she let Donald go because he didn't call. Remember that date they went on and he didn't call.
That's a fact.
But see, that's one thing. If a dude doesn't call, but he's texting, and this dude is over here ogling your friend. Hey, Mo.
Just saying. Drinking invisible water after you told him to.
Hey, man.
Every time I see that clip, he was like, okay.
He just threw it back. He threw the air back. He threw the air back. Tamasha says Kirsten is a familiar spirit, but she said the same thing about Donald, though. She also said that Donald was a familiar, like, this is what I've gone through with the guys in my past.
Is that a real thing? A familiar? What?
Okay, let's bring that up because that was brought up today. I'm just, and Kirsten and no, it wasn't Kirsten. Zadia said that. Who said that tonight? And he was like, don't do that. Don't bring the past into this.
No, Kirsten, what's her name? Cam said that.
Cam said, right. So it was Zadia and Cam. Like, I don't think anybody wants to be on the other side of that. Do you?
Oh,
I like, if a guy, and I've had guys tell, guys will do it too. When a guy's been hurt by a woman, God bless y'all. Y'all are horrible. Man, I don't want nobody playing games with me. Well, okay, I'm not her. And if you really think that I'm like that, then off you go. Move around, sir. Like, I'm not doing, but I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. That's not fair to me.
He just put, well, yeah, you're right. You're right. But you don't.
What would you do if you went out with a girl that you really liked, and she said, well, this just reminds me of my past. This is what's happened to me in my past. What are you going to say? Because we've had those conversations.
Yeah, I can't even hold you. I would feel like it'd be a turn off, a slight turn off.
What would you say to her?
Well, I'm me and then them. They are them. Like, I'll try to nip it in the bud early, but if it comes up again, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody wants to pay for anybody else's mistakes, right?
Yeah.
So, and those walls keep getting bigger and bigger and get nowhere, and you feel like the other dude didn't have to do none of that. And you gave him your all.
Why y'all always be comparing me with the other guy didn't do?
Oh, because it's like I gotta wine and dine and do all this stuff, and the other dude bought 10 lemon pepper wings and got way further.
So Caramel Fox said Donald was back because Tamika called him to come rescue her. I felt so bad for Ashley in that moment. But
What?
but Ashley also said that her and Donald have been talking every day.
She did say that.
Mobetta says the other guy is cuter. I think that too. I think she thinks that Kirsten is more attractive than Donald. You guys think that?
Oh, the marriage thing too. Is she still not over that? By the way, that
He was married for a year when he was in his 20s.
Correct.
All right, put who you guys think is cuter in the chat, Donald or Kirsten? Yeah. So at the end, we talked about. Chandra said he has swag. I'm assuming you mean Kirsten because of him. I think athletes just have a little bit of a different type of swag. They do. It's from being excellent at something for their whole lives. They get a lot of confidence from that. Okay, so it's kind of split. There are a lot of people that think both of it's kind of split between Kirsten and Donald. Actually, okay, more Donald. Okay. Not what I'm not a fan of Donald's beard. It's not really full and healthy. It feels a little sparse. Feels a bit sparse. Okay. First of all, Michelle, Cam was not even an option in that. I said Donald or Kirsten. She's coming back with Cam. I like Cam. I think probably Cam is the most likable just because he's actually, to me, he's a man that is taking care of business. He owns his own house. He doesn't feel like he's trying to brag. He feels like he feels like it's true. I don't know because we don't know. We don't know. But as of right now, I think he could be probably like one of the most likable guys. I don't know about the hair. I feel like if Cam's hair was neat, he would be killing it. He would be killing it because he got a nice setup. He just, it's just the hair. But that's also how some people express themselves. through their hair. Mo?
Y'all talking about men and the look. Well, I ain't got nothing to do with this conversation. I'm letting y'all get that out the way, man.
All right. We're moving on. What do you predict to happen? It seems like next week is getting spicier and spicier. We got to do something. So what we're going to do is on Wednesday, we're going to come back and we're going to do a play-by-play to catch us all up with everything that happens this season. Mo and I are going to go back and binge it again so that we can make sure that we pull out points. So before we go into next Friday, y'all, we got to do something fun next Friday. We got to have like I don't know. We got to do everybody come in their pajamas with some drinks or something. Maybe we can bring some of you guys on. We got to really, because I just feel like next Friday it's gonna be
it up.
I feel like it's gonna be one of those that we're gonna have to really sit here and really get into it as a family, right? So let's try that. We're gonna talk and do our recap, and then we'll bring some people in the audience on to share after Zadia and Sharice go back and forth at it, because hey, after me being honest, none of the girls may not want to come on the show anymore. I'm okay, hey.
But working on it, right? We told me you might be working on something we talked about.
Yeah, but we're gonna hold off until we know for sure. Right. But right now we're gonna come back next. We're gonna come on Wednesday. We're gonna have a play-by-play. We're gonna lay everything out. And we're going to make our predictions for who, what this looks like at the end. And then next Friday, we're going to recap it. And then we'll bring some of you guys on to talk. It'll be fun. I think that'll be fun. Everybody, but you gotta have pajamas and a drink in order to get on. You can't you got to have your PJs. We're going to have a little slumber party.
There you go.
But
I like that.
Yeah, that'll be fun because I'm like I'm excited. That looked like I don't know what the hell is going on with Sharice and Zadia. That was out of left field. And
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what? I think I have a guest I'm going to reach out to for Wednesday
Okay.
that could really add some clarity. I'm going to see. I'm going to see. I can't promise because hell, at this point, nobody may want to come on my show. I whew, yeah. So I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna reach out to this guest. Before we leave, what was your favorite? What was your favorite part about tonight's show? Like what do you think was the best scene from tonight's show?
The best scene. I would say, you know what? It's not a best scene, but I like when what was the dinner? Not the dinner, the thing. Because something went on. The edit was bad on that. Because I
Where
thought something was happening with Sharice's date.
which date?
Kept looking back. Cause I was like, am I missing something? The
Sharice and Sharice and Maurice.
no, the other guy,
Hold on, Nick.
Nick. It wasn't Nick, or was it
Yeah, it was Nick. The muscles.
or was it damn it. Yeah, it had to be him.
Yeah, that was the only people she went out with.
When she had spilled the Zadia had spilled the thing on the dress.
Yeah, but she was sitting talking to somebody else. I saw that. I
You
was
see,
like, why was Sharice?
it something threw me off, and I saw the guy kept looking back, and I was
I
like,
saw that too.
something threw me.
Saw that too. I saw that too. I was like, that's weird. That was weird.
Yeah, I thought that was a weird edit. I was trying to catch what was going on. I need to go back and watch that.
I do. DC said there was a point in the discussion that last night where Ashley totally disagreed with your comments. Do you recall that? Of course I do. Of course. But everybody has the right to their opinion. And we all have opinions based on what we've been through. I think every woman on that panel has different opinions and everybody's been through different things. I can say this, and I if someone doesn't agree with me, it doesn't bother me, right? Because one of the things about me, you guys know this, I'm okay saying my faults and my good points, things I've done bad, and I try to share that because I really want to help other people. Now, there are some people that don't agree, and they see things totally different, and that's totally up to them. But I'm always coming from a perspective of really trying to help. I'm never trying to just down somebody, and I actually do my own work on myself. So I'm not the type of person that comes on here and is like, I know everything and I'm perfect. I'm like, no, I am trying to be a better person. I'm trying to be a better wife, trying to be a better friend. I'm trying to level up with myself. So in order to do that, I have to acknowledge my own imperfections and flaws. Why you look like that, Mo?
Now, I was thinking about the part. I was going to ask him, did anybody catch the part where I called Vernisha Sharice?
Everybody did. Lots of people have remarked on that.
No,
Yes.
we clear this up all day because we had just got finished the night before interviewing Sharice, and then people were the next day. I had at least 4 conversations, and they were all surprised how cool and different Sharice was. So Sharice. Then I get there, and that was the first thing that. So I did apologize to her, just so y'all know, and I asked her, did she accept my apology? She said yes, and that was it. But I did that.
It's just the way that you did it.
No,
He
you
directed
see, to the explanation point to be like, hey, you tried to do a cool mode.
He did. I felt so bad for him. I was like, oh no. Oh no. And she said, no, you didn't call me Sharice. We look nothing alike.
And I swear to you, because all day people kept saying, yo, that girl is, and even in the comments. So that was on my mind. And a
lot of people did say that they like Sharice. Sharice seemed more comfortable and funny. We don't see the funny side of her on the show. I did ask her, were there dates that she felt like were real representations of her? And she said, yeah. So I do feel like you get to see a more fun side of her, but I don't feel like I'm not objective. I say what I see on the show. If I think she's wrong, I'll say it. If I think Ashley's wrong, I'll say it. If I think Zadia is wrong, I'll say it. And Vernisha. So And if somebody doesn't like it and that makes them not like me, because I really don't have any dog in the fight except really wanting everybody to find love. And if you don't like the way Christal does it, it's cool. It's a whole bunch of other people that interview for YouTube and well, not rolling out, but there's a lot of other people to do it. So it's cool.
It's all good.
It's all good. I did think that was interesting. I think the conversations with Zadia and Cam are good teachable moments, because I think as a female, when you hear a man kind of going through that, it's a good time to back off, right? It's a good time to excuse yourself, because if it's anything less than a yes and I'm moving forward, then it's a no. If it's anything less than that.
And she did say, do you need me to, like, that was his opportunity. He should have jumped in there and did it, but he didn't do it.
Yeah, but I think we have to always remember too, when you know, when you like a person, it's not always easy to do the right thing. You know, I mean, we've all dated someone way too long because we liked how they looked, you know, or we liked something about them, but we knew it wouldn't work. I definitely have done that. You know, I'm glad I was delivered, but I've definitely, you know, dated with somebody that.
That's how they look. I might have put up with more than what I put up with, but it's yeah. I stay for other stuff, but not in one other thing. But yeah.
Share with the ladies what you stayed for.
What do you mean? Oh, because it was great sex. That's as far as I could go with it. I could go in detail, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Should have stayed. Should have been less.
I think women do that too. I think when sex is great, it's hard. It's hard. It's a be sitting up there like Chester the cheetah, like I can't get my.
But a lot of it is ego, because in your mind you be like, if I stay and play her close and do this, because you don't want to imagine her doing that to anyone else. And that'll really mess you up.
Y'all are wild. That's wild. I don't necessarily think women are thinking like that.
I'm just keeping it real. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good point. True love forever. So the show is about the women making this decision. So Zadia should have ended.
Good point.
Well, I mean, I get that. But I also feel like she likes him, or maybe he's the best option for her on the show.
So if she had a solid other option, she would have took it.
Yeah, I think so.
Because y'all like tall man. He's tall, got deep voice.
Well, not that. Once you get past the looks, I mean, he seems to be a good guy.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah.
He really is.
The Madonna whore complex is strong and wrong in 2023, 24. It is. It is. We you know, hey, that's a great conversation actually. But I really do, and I mean, I only care about the people that are on this channel, because you guys know why I do this. But I really do, like, I really feel like God wants me to do what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing it as consistently as I am. I really do want to encourage people to not give up on love. And, you know, I had to realize that just because somebody doesn't like me or like the way I present it, that doesn't mean that I'm not doing the right thing. It just means I'm not for them.
So what is God telling you to do for me? Because you don't put me with two people.
They were nice women. They were nice women.
God told you that?
No, he did not tell me that. No, okay. I thought that. I did not pray about who I should hook you up with. Maybe I should have. I did not. I'm not going to blame that on him.
Talk to God first.
You know what? They're better than some of the things you did for yourself.
They were nice women, though. I can't lie. Just wasn't. They were.
And I'm telling you, that should be the first thing.
Nah.
I hate you.
Nah.
That is.
It's a close second.
To what, Mo?
It's a close second.
To what?
I would at least like to be attractive to the woman.
You'd rather be attracted than they have a good heart.
No. Why can't I have both?
You can, but I said you said you put that first. She has a close second.
No, I mean, well, that's the first thing I see. If that was the case, I've been married a long time ago. What?
Tamika said Mo just needs to stay on Black People Meet and leave Christal alone about her date choices. I'm not doing anymore. I'm not doing anymore for him. And he's on, what are you on, Bumble?
Hey, don't be telling these people I'm on nothing. I nothing. What?
We got to wrap this up, Mo. You really need to be you need to be married, by the end of 2024, or at least propose. I mean, how long are we going with this?
Listen, I settle down almost every night. Then I get back up and they go home. No, I'm just playing. No, we'll see. Listen, I'm at peace. I'm having the most peace I've ever had in the last few years. I'm good. God's gonna bless me. What's for me is what's for me. I'm not tripping.
Well, somebody asked, did you get Vernisha's number?
I did not. And that's another thing. Let me tell y'all something. Here's what's been happening. If I say someone looks nice in a dress or she looks pretty, that doesn't mean I like her. I can recognize
you like the way she looks in the dress.
Yeah, that's it. I can recognize beauty and not be involved. I'm cool with that. Like, I'm cool. So I don't want, if I say something, because every time a woman's coming on here, I read the comments and they was like, yeah, Mo likes her. I'm like, y'all say I like everybody. Nah, I'm cool.
I think women get attraction and like confused.
Thank you.
Because if we're attracted, we probably like. Well, no, not all the time. No, I can't say that. But more often than you guys. Because you guys will actually pursue someone that you don't like just because of attraction.
Something like that. Yeah. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Well, I want this for you, Mo. See my pillow?
What the hell is that?
It's me and Adrian's engagement picture.
Oh, I can see, my eyes are,
Yeah. See, guys? See, it says love.
I ain't going that far, but yeah, that's cool. I ain't getting pillows.
This is my engagement picture. One of my friends gave me that for our wedding. Will, the guy Sharice mentioned, who I don't even remember who Will. I don't remember. Oh, the other guy. I thought he was a nice guy, but I didn't think he was for any of the ladies on the show. I don't think most of them guys are really for the ladies on the show. They're just
kind of a suspect batch to me.
Sugar Pie saying hello. You want to say hi? Say hello. Say hello. Somebody gonna be like, it was unprofessional for Christal to have her dog on her show. It was unprofessional for Christal to have.
Shout out to the people that stand up for Christal and what she do on her own channel, because it is her channel.
And I guess if you don't like it, you don't have to leave. But I mean, I let, that's the thing. A lot of people don't let people make bad comments, but I let everybody make a bad comment. I don't care. They would be like, Christal, you're this, you're that. I'm good with it all. But I also know that you're supposed to, if you're going to be on here, you got to take the good and the bad. You got to take the good and the bad. Thank you, Janera. All right, Sugar Pie. Say good night to the people. We're about to get out of here. Let Mo, you got to go to work tomorrow. Thank you. And you know what? I realized something with my book, ladies. First of all, remember, if you want to buy a copy of the book, they're still on sale until Christmas. So you can go to Amazon.com and they're still $20 for the hardback and $10 for the paperback. But I noticed that the ladies really don't like the title of the book. Really don't like it. They hate it. And it's crazy because why is it that offensive? It's crazy. Dear Alpha Female, it's not him, it's you. An interactive devotional design to help you achieve the love that you deserve. Like, there's a lot of women that are amazing. And I'm only talking about women that don't want to be single. If you want to be single, off you go. Keep doing what you're doing. But for those of you that don't want to be single, that's what the book is for. And nobody is perfect. So the crazy thing is, 4 guys bought the book last night. The women didn't want to be bothered. So I appreciate my friends. My girl Shay held the book up. She was the only girl that wanted to touch the book. It's just crazy, but it's okay because I know I was supposed to write the book. I know I was
supposed to bring gifts too.
Yeah, but we did. We had like 20, almost 30 gifts. So we did have We got gifts. We have. Oh, that's another thing. If you guys, I'm so excited. We get a chance to take almost 30 gifts to the Everybody Loves the Kids Foundation for Christmas. So it was a good event, regardless of girls going back and forth or whatever. That's gonna happen. But we did something great for the community. It was it was a great event. I gotta address this because Sharon says I don't like the term alpha female, but I get it. It's fitting for the times. This is the thing, and I'll explain this, and then I know we gotta go. Alpha is simply, I don't know where all the negativity came connected to the word. In the animal kingdom, there are animals that are the leaders in the female gender and the male gender, right? So if she says they feel as male identified, most animals, if you look at a pride of lions, there is the leader, the woman or the female lion that is the leader of the pack. And usually she's the older one, or she's the one that's toughest, and she's the one that makes the decisions. Same with elephants, same with horses. I have an article that I posted, and I'll probably post it on my YouTube. My first horse that I bought, Paris was what they call an alpha female. She was a dominant mare. It doesn't mean that she was a bad horse. It means that she's a leader. So in the pack, when they're out, because they're pack animals, when they're in the pack, she is the one that knows how to get food, or is just, it's not about you being a bad person. Alpha simply means the ability to lead. And it also doesn't mean that you would be like, okay, you can have a pack of animals and there'll be one that's a leader, and then another one will come that has more leadership quality, and the pecking order will change. For my horse, Zuri is in a pack now, is in a herd. Horses are called herds. Zuri is in a herd with 8 other mares. There is another mare named Malin that is older. When Zuri was introduced to that herd, Zuri bypassed, because she's a dominant mare. She bypassed and the pecking order changed. So now Malin is the top and Zuri is a second. Zuri is a leader, right? It doesn't mean that, and you know what? When you go out to the field, when you go out to the pasture, there's no difference. They're all out there eating grass, right? But they know when it comes to food, or if there's something going on and they need protection, they're going to look at Malin first and then at Zuri. It's not a negative thing, but it's so weird how so many women specifically get upset at the title. And then of course, there's a lot of men that don't like it either. Alpha does not mean bitch. It does not mean anything other than the ability to lead. On that show, Teen Wolf, you notice that there would be like a leader in the wolf pack, and he would be like, okay, now who's the alpha? Right. Then somebody else would come in. So in my house, I am not the alpha, right? But in Enchanted PR, which is my company, when I had a staff of 5 girls, I damn sure was a leader. There are some groups of people that I'm in that I am probably the most knowledgeable one in that space. There are other groups that I'm not, but I know that I have leadership qualities. And I think that sometimes women that have leadership qualities feel like it's harder for them to date. And sometimes it is, especially if you've been single for a long time. But it doesn't mean, it's not a negative term. And I think when I compare it to the animal kingdom, people should understand that, because you never see elephants don't get mad because one female is the leader. They just fall in line because she knows more. And really, it's like, to me, that's why when I talk to women on this show, when women come on here and I interview them, if you guys notice, a lot of times I will talk to the younger women like they're a younger sister, because that's what I'm supposed to do. Iyanla Vanzant talked to me like I was younger than her, and she was trying to put me up on wisdom because she'd been through things. So I try to do that. Not everybody wants it, and it's fine, but I often try to impart something I've gone through to help somebody else, and people do it to me as well.
Please try again.
So I don't understand why there's such a disgust in our community for women who are in leadership positions, and yet we have so many of them. Beyonce is obviously an alpha. Oprah is obviously an alpha. All these women who are in leadership, executive VP positions are alphas, but that doesn't mean that when they come home, they can't be a submissive wife. But it does mean that they may have to learn how to segue out of that role. And so that's what it is. But I don't understand. And I appreciate the comment that a lot of people, Tamasha, You are still, and I'm not. Like, everybody's on a path. You've taught me a lot. So Marsha, we've had great conversations. It goes both ways. To me, my pack is a bunch of alpha females. Iron sharpens iron. But I don't think it's negative for every Black woman in our culture, specifically here in America. Most Black women have not had a chance to be the sit at home and I don't have to lead anything. Women lead their homes, especially when there's no man there. So she would have to be an alpha, or she going or people gonna starve. What are we doing? Do you understand, Mo, from a man's perspective? Why do men get so angry?
I don't understand why men get angry at that. I mean, I think maybe weak men get angry because they feel like, well, where do I fit in?
Well, but you know what? This is the thing that we don't want to acknowledge. In the animal kingdom, a weak lion will not lead a pride.
Right.
Because guess what? A stronger, more dominant lion will take his women. So they don't have some of those issues, because then Scar in the Lion King, Scar is sitting there angry because he don't have any women. But it's survival of the fittest.
Let me ask this: can an alpha be an alpha without having people under them?
Yeah, I think it's about leadership qualities. There are some women at home that are homemakers that have the ability to lead. They just aren't in that role because they've decided that they wanted to focus on their children and they wanted to focus on their husband. And there's nothing wrong with that. There are other women that are in corporate America that are not leaders.
The reason why I say that is because the biggest difference between the alpha and the sigma is that the sigma is the lone wolf. They don't need nobody else. Alphas need people under them to feel like they're above them.
But that's a different type of socialization, though. Because
I got you. I'm just talking about a lot of times from males, because sigmas and alphas kind of like clash. Because I consider myself to be a sigma. I don't need nobody under me. I'm the lone wolf. They're kind of the same, but that's where they start to differ.
Yeah.
When you study and understand it, they need people. They need a crew or people up under them to feel important. But but to your point,
but I think you can have those characteristics.
I think you should do that. You should the next time you have a book signing, that's how you should open up.
Yeah,
I like that.
I just don't. I mean, and it's crazy because people are like, "Oh, maybe you should have titled it differently." But I feel like literature is important because it's supposed to teach us. It's not supposed to coddle us. Like, I don't learn like that. And maybe it is because I'm an alpha female, and I'm not saying that I don't have a staff of 5 anymore, right? But that doesn't mean that my qualities have changed. I just chose not to do that. But I know that I could do that again because I have the ability to do that. Most people do. I think we are a product of our circumstances. I grew up in a household where I didn't have a choice. My mother was a leader, and I was the oldest child. I didn't have a choice, right? But I think that it is unrealistic for us to, in the African American community, to assume that women to basically devalue the fact that so many women have amazing leadership qualities. It just doesn't make any sense. But I'm fine to have those conversations. I just think that for me, when I went on Iyanla's show, if Iyanla sat and told me that everything I said was right and I looked beautiful and I did that, I would not have learned anything from her. I would not have gotten to be a better person, and I would not have been with Adrian. Gotcha. I'm glad that she's told me something that made me uncomfortable. I respect that. Anybody that disagrees with you all the time is not really your friend.
Man.
You definitely, you and I go back and forth, and we've had times in our friendship where one of us has told the other one they were wrong.
Yeah, but I tried to say that a few times. I'm like, to women, I'm like, if you meet a bunch of men and everything they saying is right, there's something wrong. How you know I'm telling the truth? Because you ain't gonna like everything you hear. You might like most of it, but you're not gonna like everything. If you like everything, then man, look.
But see, there's a lot of men on, so, and that's so funny because those people have the huge audiences, right? So those guys that get on there and tell women you deserve this and you're doing, and they everybody loves that. But that's also why there are other people that have come out and they say the opposite, and there's such a hunger for, because people know that it's BS. People know that what Derek Jackson was saying was BS. You know that. It feels good, it rubs your ego, but it don't make you grow. And I didn't write the book to rub y'all's ego. I did not. Iyanla definitely wasn't rubbing mine.
Right.
Because she was not. But she made me a better person. Every mentor that I have has hurt my feelings. Every single mentor, male or female, has hurt my feelings. In fact, my husband, one of the things reason I knew Adrian was the one is because he's not afraid to hurt my feelings. But he's very kind and he never says anything disrespectful, but he's also very honest and will tell me if I'm wrong. Definitely. And I didn't really get a lot of guys that would tell me that.
Right.
So I encourage you guys to get a copy of the book and then let me know. I do need to start doing conversations again about it because I just, it's crazy to me how people really take that the wrong way. And it's like, at the end of the day, we're animals, right? If I went out to that pasture and was like, there's no such thing as an alpha female, guess what? Malin, if she doesn't get, she watches over everything in the pasture, and if one of them gets out of line, she puts them back in line. It is what it is.
Start off the next book signing. I think you should open up with that.
Yeah, I need to get some feedback from some women. Do like a focus group, because that definitely has been. It's just crazy. Like people didn't even want to. I gave the book to some women and asked them to like take a sec. It's just literally because I don't want to say that there's anything wrong. What about the men? What about the men? What about the men? It's like, yeah, there's a lot of issues with men. I'm just not a man, so I can't speak to that. But trust me, I know.
If he's talking to you about you, stop doing you see what I'm saying? That's why sometimes men don't feel like it's safe, because we're sitting up there, be like, yo, we're trying to talk and let's figure this out. This is how I'm feeling. And somehow some women will turn around and make it about them. And we'd be like, she'd be like, I don't do that, but I just feel like, and be like, you're doing it right now.
Yeah.
You're doing it right now.
A lot of guys that happened last night,
Yeah.
It happens a lot, but I don't think that women really know what they're doing. So that's why conversations like those are important. Oh wow. Hey, you 7 hertz is the pastor's captivity, which is where the alpha stuff exists, but that's only one area, according to research scientists, but that's not in nature. I respectfully disagree with that, because I have a horse. Zuri is my third horse. And Zuri is not, like I said, she's not the head mare out there, but her personality is one that is dominant. And so for me, if you ride horses, you know that if you have a dominant horse, it could be a mare or a well, I'm not getting on a stallion. I don't do stallions or studs, but you could have a gelding, and geldings usually are not dominant. But if you have a horse that is dominant, you have to really be a good rider, because they have to feel that you're confident to ride them. And Zuri is very opinionated. So I have to be able to really, I learned a lot about myself through my horse. I know this conversation everybody may not understand why I'm going on a tangent about horses, but God really showed me a lot about myself through my horse, because my horse would not do what I told her to do until she trusted me. Right. Mm-hmm. So if I was scared, she would not do what I told her to do. But when I got on with confidence and she could feel that confidence, then she would go. And I feel like with men, when a man, I know when I met my husband now, he's confident. So I trust him to lead. A lot of guys I met, I did not trust. The title of my book, I'm going to put the title up here so people can, if anybody wants to get a copy of the book, you can go to Amazon, and I'm going to put it on the bottom of the screen. But I trusted him because he was confident, and I could feel that. So God really showed me. I just thought that she was being mean and the horse wouldn't do what I wanted it to do. I was like, I got a bad horse. What's wrong with her? But the reality was they are animals. They're instinct driven. So if I don't trust you, if you're afraid of me, then you may lead us to danger. And that's the same way women feel.
That makes sense.
You know,
I like that analogy. That makes sense. Yeah.
I feel like it really helped me understand myself because I just thought, and it's funny how I thought she was mean. And then God showed me that's how a lot of men see me. That's how a lot of people saw me because I am very straightforward. I can be very passionate. I can be very, direct. And a lot of times men will say, oh, she's mean or she's combative or she's this or that. But really it's that there's that leadership there. But if I don't trust you, I'm not going to submit. Now, when the horse knows that you know what you're doing, she'll go wherever you want her to go. And I feel like dominant horses, she's not going to go to anybody. I remember I had my horse at an event and this lady was like, man, you can tell that's your horse because she don't want really nobody. She don't want to be bothered with anybody else. And I tell men all the time, a woman who is dominant, who is a leader, when you win her heart, because not everybody can win her heart, but when you win her heart, you got a prize because you have something that's very special that's not for everybody. I'm not saying anything against women who give their hearts away easily. All I'm saying is that when alphas are usually extremely loyal and are rational in that way, right? So with Paris and Zuri, somebody else goes to get on them. They don't want to be bothered because they have a bond with me because they trust me. And I think that's the same for men. I mean, I've told you that if you get this girl, she's going to be a more loyal and she's going to have your back. She going just as hard as she fights other people, she going to fight for you like that.
But I think a lot of times as men, we want to see a piece of that beforehand, so we know what we want to see, the coming attraction, the preview. And a lot of times we don't see. And people, well, you gotta listen. I want to see where there's room for me or room for others. So I'm looking, and if I don't see it, I'm gone.
But that's also why I did need help because I had to learn to soften up because I did have to let down that guard. And it's so funny. Some girls like will say, I know that I don't have a guard up. I'm this, I'm that. And I'm like, you have a guard up with me and I'm a girl. Like it's just what? Especially interviewing these girls from Ready to Love. I'll talk to a lot of them and I'm like, you really don't think we saw that last season with, the girl, you come off combative to other women. Right. And you don't think that you're going to argue about not being combative.
Right.
and I, what the hell? So I had to learn because I can see myself. I was so trying to keep myself from being hurt that I was, my exterior up was too hard. It was too hard. That's why I was single. And when I say that, they look at me like, well, that's you. Yeah, girl. But until you can learn how to admit what you're doing wrong, that may not be your issue. You may not be just like me. But until you can acknowledge something that you're doing,
and when you hear men talking about, that's what we're talking about when we mean accountability.
I think for us, it's hard to hear accountability from men because we don't see a lot of accountability from men.
Right. I mean, like for instance, I'm gonna give you an example. When we interviewed Sharice, I didn't have to say what I said at the end. Right. I'm taking accountability because I know what I said. And I opposed to, well, she's just different. No, I get that out and say, you know what? Let me say this, because I came into this thinking you were one way and I saw a totally different side of you.
But that's one thing when you're interviewing somebody on a Zoom. Have you done that with a woman?
I've done that to people all through life. Just people who said things to me. I come back and be like, you know what? People don't even remember half the stuff. And I'd be like, I remember when you once told me such and such, or what's wrong with that? Like, we're all human. We all make mistakes. I go back and I will tell. Some people be like, well, you know what? They were right. And never go back and tell that person they were right. But they made a big deal when they were wrong.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
We both had those conversations with each other. Like, you were right when you told me this. I didn't like it at the time, but you were right. But I still think it's easier to do when it's not a romantic relationship, right? Because so I would love to hear of a situation where you did that with somebody that you were romantically involved with that you may have done wrong, then going back and telling them that. That's a different type of thing.
I didn't do wrong in none of the relationships, so I really don't know. But here's what I did do.
Oh,
No. This is real stuff. And you know the chick too. I was twisted. I was broke. I was everything. She never changed up on me. She went with me as filling out application. Never. So years later, I got my stuff together. We were no longer together. I took her shopping. I took her shopping. And then we went out that day. Later on that night, had dinner, went to the club, and she went about her business. I didn't try to get with her that night and everything. I had a hotel. I was staying in a hotel next to the club. And then it wasn't until a few months later, I asked her, "Did you know why I did that?" And I was like, "Because you were there for me and you never switched up on me or act different on me when I was going through something."
well, that is not really what I asked you.
No, but what I'm saying is, it's me going back and seeing something in someone and saying, you know what? Because any all the other situations you talking about, I don't think I was wrong in none of them. So I broke up with them.
Mo has some more accountability. We're it's still a
No,
journey.
I took responsibility, so I didn't have to take accountability. See, when you don't take responsibility,
Do you think in any of them you went too long before you did that?
yeah.
So you would still need to take accountability for that, sir.
We got married and divorced in 6 months, so I did.
No, but there are people that there's a saying that I hate that this guy told me years ago. If I catch you slipping, I'm gonna help you fall.
You told me that.
So there are some women that you may have been able to enjoy them and you knew you didn't really want to be with them. Do you think that you have ever gone back and said, I should not have done that? She was a good girl. In fact, I know of one that you said that. Have you ever taken accountability?
Yes. It's something else I would love to, but I don't know where she's at.
Okay.
And I would like, I was young. Like, don't charge me. I'm young. I'm in my teens. Like, and once it, like, we all young. You made me, like, I don't count those, but in the 20s or whatever, yeah.
30s.
I ended up running around in the 90s and 20s. I had a ball out here. Didn't necessarily know what the women were. You know, I was doing me and having a great time doing it.
I agree, Sharon. I'm learning the art of apologizing first. I agree. And I can apologize and let it go. I don't even need to, I don't need to wait on you to apologize because it really ain't about you.
I like that.
There could be people that are still scarred, Mo.
Huh?
Cece said that lady might still be scarred.
Should be all right.
Yeah, and Mo, there are people that are in there. It's that wasn't in the teens, was not the last time. But we're gonna let you grow. We're gonna let you do some growth.
No, I get it, but you know, it's people moved on with their lives, and you know, what can I do, man? I think it just be a better person moving forward, man. Ain't nobody died. We all right. We'll figure it out.
I did that too. My ex-husband, whew, but I realized what I did wrong in that relationship, and I apologize to him for that. I say that.
I don't know if there's anybody I would not girlfriend wise anyway.
No, I said, did I tell you that I apologized to my ex-husband for what I did wrong in our relationship?
No, you never told me that.
Yeah, and trust me, he did way worse than I did. But I just was apologizing for my portion. That's it.
I seen a picture of him recently too, video on Chanel's page.
Oh, okay.
I ain't seen him in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. I mean, we grow, man. We grow.
Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us on a Friday night. I know the ladies, that are here, the all the Ready to Love ladies, except for Shay, because she was on with us. But the ladies were partying at Truth.
Don't
Here
promote.
they had a watch party and all that good stuff. So I hope they had a great turnout, and it was a. I hope it was a great turnout and all that. I agree, Sharon. It was healing for me. It was healing for me, and it also cleared me up for God to open the door and send me an amazing husband that I think I was supposed to be with at the beginning. Thank you so much, Loyalty, for ordering the book. Please let me. I definitely will do that. I definitely will do that. We're talking about doing that for the top of the year, starting again. And then I have another book that's coming out. I just, we're just gonna have to keep doing it because I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Mo, any dates this weekend?
I'm done for the year.
What?
I'm done for the year. Yeah, we cool. I'm gonna try to be. Oh, might be hanging. Never mind. I thought about something.
All right, you guys remember Wednesday.
Trying to get one New Year's Eve for the thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did you have somebody coming out for the football tailgate? You did.
Yeah, but it got canceled.
I know, but I'm going to consider that a date.
Well, consider that a date tomorrow because that's what I'm supposed to be looking at.
See? Y'all see how Mo did? He said he did not have anything going on, and then he turns out he has a whole date tomorrow. Wow. And every time I'll be giving him a hard time. No, this is the foolishness that Mo be on. You got a whole date tomorrow, sir.
Yeah, it's a long day. I don't work 13 days straight. It'd be tomorrow.
You need a little straightening.
For that, and then rest up on Sunday, then go back. But yeah, anyway, yeah.
He didn't get it. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll check in with you. Remember, you guys, on Wednesday, we're going to do play-by-play. Come ready with your notes so we can all kind of talk through what we've liked, what we did not like, and then get ready for Friday. Friday, we're going to be in our PJs with our drinks. We're going to bring some of you guys on. Tamasha, obviously, Hey You 7, Her 3, definitely Sharon. Christal, I know you didn't like the aftermath, but I did enjoy your interviews with Harley and the Shade and tried to defend you. Girl, the men were killing me on that. They were killing me.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
They did, man. And man, some of the girls that hate me, they should go over there and see those comments, and they probably love that. They were killing the sister. But you know what? It is what it is.
It is what it is.
I'm good. I'm straight.
Forward to Friday.
Yeah, it's going to be good. All right, y'all have a good weekend. Enjoy yourself. Stay safe. We love you guys for tuning in, and we will see you on Wednesday at 8.
Be safe, y'all.